Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University of Love. Ladies and gents, I've taken a survey. The best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. Hold on. 1, 2, 3 galaxies. 1, 2, 3. I believe that's. I think I said. I probably said that wrong, but for the French audience, you understand what I'm saying. And 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But you and I, ladies and gents, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today, ladies and gents. The code, the way. If you, ladies and gentlemen, Chicago. The only good thing about Illinois is driving through Illinois. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what I'm doing for the first 2019 to see my parents today. I haven't been back. I haven't seen the house in 3 years. I've seen them since then, thanks to the baby. But I haven't seen my brother in a couple years. I haven't seen my nephew in a couple years. So it'll be nice. Or get down there in this instance, since I'm in Illinois. Spend the day with everybody. I'm recording this episode. Ladies and gents, it is 3:30 in the morning. I'm very excited. I'm ready to go. Hopefully, my mom, my favorite Chinese place, Peking's, and get beef fried rice, extra beef, $2 or $3 these days. Back in the day, when I was young and in my 20s, when my hairline was good, I used to go to Peking's and get my beef fried rice for $4.25. Now it's like $7 or $8. I tell you, boy, this inflation is wearing me out. But ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about something very important. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss marketing. Ladies and gents, we're going to talk about positioning yourself, putting yourself in a situation where you can always make a buck. Now, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I was listening to this program. It's this audio book that I have by Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale was one of these, he was a radio announcer, and then he started doing these kind of motivational speeches, But unlike a lot of people today who just repeat the same stuff they probably heard from Earl Nightingale and all these other people, Earl Nightingale made some very good points. It's a book called Lead the Field, and I've listened to it once a month for the last 9 months, and it's a very good book. And yesterday, you know how you listen to something once and you're like, oh, okay. You listen to it twice and you're like, oh. Yesterday it was hitting me, And he was saying things, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Sense. And then I got really focused, and I was listening, and I was like, all right, Earl. And I was like, I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna listen, and because I don't know about you, but I'm at the point now. Have you ever told yourself? You say, have you ever told yourself? You go, all right, today, baby, I'm going to lose 10 pounds starting today, And you start out, and it sounds good. You have good intentions, but it doesn't happen, We've all done something like that, And yesterday, because lately I told my wife the other day, I said, I started, I bought the truck and everything, and I've been working the truck, and it's not bad, but I decided to, because the port wasn't, it was starting to get a little weak in the port, the load started getting a little short, so I had to do something different. And so I went to this other place, and they let you pick out your own loads, and you drive around, and go around doing loads. And I told my wife, I went from home. I saw them last week. I left my house, and I got to Alabama, and she said, "I miss you. Come home." And I said, "You probably shouldn't say that right now, because I will turn the truck around and come home." And I said, I'm just gonna sell the truck back and make whatever else I want to do happen, And she laughed, and she said, I would like that a lot. I'm not gonna tell you a lot. And I said, I said, yeah. I said, we just gotta. I said, I just gotta figure it out. I said, I'll make it happen. And so I've been driving, and I've been thinking about, because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but I know for me, a lot of times, I start off with an idea, okay? And this is how my brain works. I start off with an idea, and then I start trying to add stuff on top of things, and before you know it, I got a 7-layer cake, and I got no foundation. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. I remember when I first started, I was in the MLM company, trying to work that. But instead of me, I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna start doing these YouTube videos, and I'm gonna start making. I'll probably make about $10,000 off YouTube, and then I'm gonna do some writing, and then I'm gonna make $20,000 from writing, and the MLM, and before I knew it, I had a 7-layer cake. I was making $80,000 a month. I had no customers, no leads, no nothing. Okay, and so when you do that, it's just waste. It's called wasting your time. Okay, ladies and gents, we both know this. And so yesterday, I said, all right, we're gonna focus on one thing, and I have been focused on one thing the last couple months, and that's been the truck. And I made some all right money. I made out all right. I can't complain. I got my base, I got things going. But now the funds that I make, I'm gonna position myself, because truck driving is, I thought about this the other day. And I don't know if you ever just been watching. Have you ever been at a job or something like that, or you ever just been out and you watch people and you see people, and it's like, it's no offense to anybody that's around you, but you see something, you go, I'm better than the situation that I'm in, and it's not about them, Last week I was in a room full of truck drivers, and we was discussing this load board and everything like that, and grab this load and grab that load, and I thought, I said, I'm doing common stuff with common people. It's not a offensive thing, it's not about them, it's about me. And it's about, is this where I really want to be in life? Is this where I really want to go? Because I know I've made some money when it comes to the internet, but I haven't made the money that I know that I can make, and I haven't really did the thing that I really want to do, and that's work from home. I've getting there, but I'm not there. And so for me, I said, you know what? I'm gonna plant my flag in this copywriting. I'm gonna not worry about YouTube. I'm not gonna worry about internet marketing, offline marketing. I'm not gonna worry about any of that. I'm not gonna worry about any business right now. I'm just gonna focus on copywriting, and that's it. I said I'm gonna make, and so I wrote down a goal, and I said I'm gonna plant my flag in this copywriting, because when it comes to truck driving a truck is fine, but when the economy hits, you're gonna take a hit. If you own 3 or 4 trucks, you can hold on, or if you're booking loads, you can make some money. But just driving a truck, doing the common thing, you will suffer, And I was listening to this book, Lead the Field, and Earl Nightingale talked about the recession in the 1930s, and everybody was coming to people about jobs, and everybody was like, hey, if you need work, you need help, you need work. No, I'm looking for work. I'm looking for work. They kept saying they were looking for work. They needed a job. They needed a job. They needed a job. And so this guy came along, and he said, hey, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. And he was gainfully employed because he went around offering his service. And I kept thinking about this, and I said, and it finally hit me, like really hit me. And I said, I gotta really just drop everything, cut the BS, because if I really want to work from home, I really want to be a copywriter, I gotta drop all the BS, all the nonsense, the 7-layer cake, really get disciplined, and just focus on the copywriting and make that a base. Learn my craft as well as I can. Focus on one thing, which I'm going to focus on email marketing in the copywriting space, and really drive that home and position myself, get a piece of the land, because the land is big enough for all of us. Get a piece of land when it comes to copywriting, email marketing. Learn that wholeheartedly, and that way I can be really recession proof. Because if something happens right now, if the economy just bottoms out, nobody's picking up loads, I'm screwed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really screwed. Like, I have a little writing experience. I've written quite a few articles. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't said, hey, I haven't said, hey, I can do X, Y, Z for you. My specialty is boom. You gotta. So I'm like, no, now is the time to really focus on the copywriting. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to focus on copywriting, and I'm going to focus on email marketing. And so what I do have is I have a crap ton of emails that I can say, hey, I've written these emails, I've written these emails, I've written those emails, that email, this email, and I've gotten feedback. So it's not about that I haven't done it. It's just I haven't honed in and focused on the thing that I need to do. And ladies and gentlemen, you will be very surprised when you say, hey, okay, I want to start doing this. You will be surprised that a lot of times the thing that you want to do, you've already done it. You just don't realize it, And I've written 100 emails, 200 emails. I've written a lot of emails. And so it's like, why not focus on this, and get my money up, work from home like I want to, Everything that I want is right there. It's just about being more disciplined, more focused, and doing the thing that you need to do. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you my perspective. So it's going to be a lot of eyes, and there's going to be a lot of this, that, I don't want you to think this is a podcast about me, but I'm just giving you examples, and I'm just giving you real time, real life, updates. And so if you are in this position that I'm in, and that there's something that you want to do, there's something that you'll be great at, and because listen, I don't care what anybody says, we all have the ability to be great at anything that, if you really put your mind to it, and if you really focus and you really hone in on it, there's nothing that you cannot be great at. And I will give you an example. I sucked when I first started driving trucks. I sucked when it came to backing a truck. I really sucked at it. I was no good at it. I was probably one of the worst people in my truck driving class when it come to backing the truck, But over the years, a lot of practice, a lot of work, a lot of me going out, middle of nowhere, in the middle of the afternoon, and me just saying, all right, let me try to back it in this spot. And I would do that, I would be by myself, and I would just, back, and then I would wash the wheels, and it's a whole thing. I don't want to bore you to death, but the point is, I was very disciplined when it comes to that, and I was very disciplined when it comes to practice. And so now, when I back, it takes me no time. I just whip it on in there, boop, 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 and that's it, And so, I need the same energy when it comes to the copyright and it comes to email marketing. I need that same energy. And so you could have that same energy too, because there's nothing that you can't be great at. There's nothing that you can't do. Greatness is already in us. You just have to bring it out of you. And that's it. And I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but why be ordinary? You only have one life. Life is short. In the last 3 years, I've lost the best man at my wedding. I lost 2 cousins that I love very much. And I had a couple uncles. They died at a young age. They died at like 59, 60, And, my cousin I had one cousin, he was 27, one was 40, one was 51. And my couple uncles, they were barely 60. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to tell you is, that doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter where you're at in life. If you want to just get started at your greatness, if you're like, hey, I want to pull the greatness out of me, now is the time to do it, because you never know. And I'm gonna tell you like this: everything you do doesn't have to compute to money. Everything doesn't have to compute to money, because the more you're great at something, the money's gonna be there anyway. The money's gonna come no matter what. And you don't have to have $30 billion. You don't have to have $30 billion to say, hey, I'm making it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't. Money is. What I've learned in the last 5 days. Being away from this is the first time I've been away from my daughter for this long, and the 16 months she's been on this earth. And what I've learned these last 5 days, no amount of money that I'm in this truck, no amount of money can replace the time that I'm missing, with my daughter. I tell my wife, I say, it's not about spending all day with her. It's 7 o'clock, because it's 7 o'clock. She goes to bed at 8. So the window of 7 to 8, that's when we have our most, time spent. Me, my wife, and the baby. That's when we spend the most time together. That 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock hour. That is what I'm missing more than anything. And that, because that always made me laugh. We would put her to bed, and then we would go downstairs, watch a little TV, spend a little time together, read a book or something like that. And so that part of life I'm missing. And so I'm like, there's no amount of money that you can give me to be like, all right, be gone for a month, be gone for 2 months away from my child. You know what I mean? So money is not everything, we all know that. But money is very important. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, man, just be live in a van or whatever. No, money's, you need money, but money can't replace some things. And so, ladies and gentlemen, hone in, focus, get serious about what you want to do. Get real discipline. You know you can do it. You just have to have a belief system and take it from there. But ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. I got a 3-hour drive ahead of me, and I gotta get out of here before it starts raining. But ladies and gentlemen, I love you. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, with an all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony D. Rizano. I appreciate you for listening. And as always, everybody, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the world's greatest podcast. If you haven't already, subscribe so you can get daily updates on episodes. We try to come to you every day, most of the 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. As you well know, sometimes we miss. But when we do upload an episode, it's always a great episode. It's always important. But I always greatly appreciate you for listening, because I know everybody and their brother has a podcast. Everybody and their mother has a podcast. I don't have the biggest name yet. I don't have millions of followers. Yet, but you are getting in on the ground floor of the greatest podcast Not known the man yet. Okay, so I appreciate you. I thank you. We'll be back tomorrow with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Zano. Peace.